Hello everyone, it's good to be with you for another midweek video message update. And again, and as always, I trust this inquiry finds you safe, healthy, and well. Well, it's been a couple weeks since I've been with you in this format. It's been a couple weeks since I have recorded a midweek video message update. And of course, the reason of that brief hiatus is that I took some personal vacation time. My first grandbaby was born 15 months ago. Her name is Mia. She lives with her mom and dad, Gael and Sam, in Tucson, Arizona. And so I traveled out to Tucson and I got to meet and hold and speak with, and of course got to kiss Mia for the very first time. And I got to tell you, I'm all about this being grandpa thing, although it's still a little strange to think of myself in that way. So thank you for the opportunity to be away for a couple weeks. And I want to use that experience as kind of the main idea, the main focus of my video message this week. That is rest and vacation. Firstly, then, I hope you're getting some rest and vacation. I hope that you're taking some time away from the chaos and the confusion and the burden and the crushing schedule that so many of us experience. There's always something to do, and there's always one more thing to do. And how often do we think that if we can just get this out of the way, then we can have the life we want? But that, it turns out, is not God's design. And so I hope that you will find a way to rest and relax and be restored. And perhaps I might give us a little perspective this week with a couple of brief scripture citations. Now, there are scores, hundreds perhaps, some that I'm not even aware of, about rest and restoration and relaxation in scripture, but two come to mind immediately. And one is recorded in the Gospel of Mark from the 6th chapter. Early in Mark's Gospel, Jesus has called his disciples and commissioned them to go out into the communities and to do their gospel work. And like us, the disciples are eager to tell Jesus what they've been up to, writes the Gospel writer of Mark. The apostles gathered around Jesus and told him all that they had done and taught. Jesus said to them, "Come away to a deserted place all by yourselves and rest for a while." See, Jesus understands the necessity of rest. And because the disciples weren't getting enough rest, Jesus prioritized it for them. I want us to think about very quickly one more scripture. It's a scripture you know well. It's the story of the creation of the world. And God created all of this milieu, all of this world, all of this vegetation, and all of these animals, and all of everything. And then on the sixth day, God created humanity. And do we realize what the first thing is that God called humanity to do? The very first thing that God called humanity, the very first thing that God called Adam and Eve to do, the very first thing was to rest. To rest with God after God had done all of the work. God called Adam and Eve to rest, and we would say, well, what has Adam and Eve done that they need to rest? They have done nothing. The importance of rest then isn't to recover from what it is or the ways that we have worn ourselves out, but our rest is about the beginning place, the being in God's presence. Psalm 46, God says, "Be still and know that I am God." And so we rest because that's who God has designed us to be. Designed us to be aware of, to rest, to be restored in God's presence. My hope and prayer for each and every one of you is that you find and actually take opportunities to rest and be restored and take vacations and stop and step away from the craziness and the schedules and all the demands and all the burdens and all the busy things and all the punch lists that we have to do, we think, and simply realize in God's presence that you are beloved children. Again, it's good to be with you. I am rested, and I'm looking forward to the weeks ahead of more ministry with you and for you. God bless. Until next time, take care.